This is Kelso Sturgeon. Thank you very much for joining me for a weekend session of my College of Advanced Sports Handicapping, specializing obviously in football. You know, the college football season opened last night, to say the least. Very exciting, especially for my clients. It's also of note that I closed out another absolutely outstanding NFL preseason last night by winning my 50-unit NFL preseason blowout game of the year as the Detroit Lions crushed the Buffalo Bills 35-13. My Chairman's Club members launched their season last night with a wild, and I mean wild, 39-35 win over Vanderbilt. I lost my first 100-unit play of the season as Southern Cal failed to get the cover in a 30-13 victory over Hawaii, a game in which Hawaii scored on a 60-yard touchdown pass with just 30 seconds left to play to beat us out of the money in that one. My Best Bets Club split its gains, losing with UNLV and winning a big one with Bowling Green. Now, I'm primed for a giant weekend, but before we get into that, I'd just like to remind you of the fact that the National Football League regular season begins on Thursday night. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Denver Broncos. I haven't decided at what unit level I'll release that game. Right now, Denver is a 9-point favorite, which seems to me to be an unbelievably high number. But, you know, bookmakers sometimes know far more than you and I. In making some observations on opening night, I'd just like to say a few things about Bowling Green and USC. Let's begin with USC. I've got to admit, I have never seen a Southern California football team look as bad as USC did last night in winning at Hawaii. There was nothing crisp about its attack on either offense or defense. Everybody looked confused. There was an absolute lack of chemistry. And of course, it's just one game, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm putting USC on my watch list. I don't have any idea what this team is, but if it's what it showed to be last night, it's not going to be much, and it's going to really struggle this season. As for Bowling Green, one of the Best Bet Club selections, absolutely waxed a decent Tulsa team, and they did it with both offense and defense. Bowling Green is a much better football team than anybody imagines, and you can pay attention to them. Don't be afraid to use them. As for Vanderbilt and Mississippi, both are better than I thought they were, especially Vanderbilt, two dynamite SEC teams. Fresno State, I don't know how Rutgers ever took them to the money before Fresno State won, but they did. You know, on this weekend, all my clubs and clients are in action, and just remember, if you're a member of any of my football clubs, you receive absolutely free on Saturday my 100-unit college kickoff blowout game of the year, and I intend to absolutely crush the number with a game that will really surprise you. I'm looking for about a 40-point win in this game, and I do believe that I will get it. And you know, here's some thoughts as we open have the first weekend of the football season. I don't believe in trends, but here's a few things that you might want to think about. You know, Temple, a 30-point underdog at Notre Dame, is, get this now, 2-75 in 77 games facing nationally ranked opponents. New Mexico State, a 42-point underdog at Texas, has been outscored by an average of 35.5 points in its last 18 games against nationally ranked teams. Now, food for thought. Nobody gives some of these teams much credit, but you know, Louisiana Monroe, a 23-point underdog at Oklahoma, is no stranger to the world of upsets. This team returns basically intact all its players that took it to a bowl game last year, and in its season opener last year as a 30-point underdog, knocked off Arkansas 34-31 in overtime. Washington State, a 14.5-point underdog at Auburn, has not had a winning record since 2003 and is 4-31 on the road over the past 6 seasons. Penn State and Syracuse meet at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. That's the Giants and the Jets Stadium. Penn State's an 8-point underdog, and Penn State has absolutely crushed Syracuse the last 2 times they played. Now, highlights of the weekend on Saturday. My Best Bet Club members will get three standout plays highlighted by the 15-unit play on the nationally televised Alabama-Virginia Tech game. Chairman Club members will get a 50-unit side and total parlay on the TCU-LSU game. And, of course, the members of all services get that 100-unit play. Now, you can sign up for any of my football services or get daily plays on this website and toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. All major credit cards are accepted. And before we go, I'd like to leave you for a real football thought of the day. The man who complains about the way the ball bounces is likely to be the one who dropped it. The great Lou Holtz said that. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll be right back here on Monday with a weekend wrap-up.